Massachusetts. Welcome.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. It feels so good to be able to call you that. I wanted to talk today about essential workers. Essential workers are just that, essential. They are the people who are on the front lines. They're still showing up for work, even as the death toll in the United States approaches 500,000 people. These are the people who are keeping our economy, our healthcare system, our education system going. Without them, it would all grind to a halt. But this morning, millions of those essential workers woke up worried about contracting COVID-19 on the job. For nearly a year, the federal government has treated these workers as disposable. These essential workers are disproportionately Black and brown. More than 5 million essential workers don't have legal documentation, and many are hardly making enough money to get by. The failure, in fact, the outright refusal of the past administration to protect essential workers during this pandemic has been truly shameful, and that's going to change. So, Mr. Costa, you represent transit workers, school bus drivers, subway workers, rail operators. The Biden administration has now committed to issuing enforceable health and safety standards for all workplaces. Can you just say a word about why that is so important for the workers that you represent?
Thank you, Senator. Thank you very much. Like I said in my statement, we pushed and pushed to get federal guidelines, and never, the last administration didn't get anything. Matter of fact, it was watered down. The Biden administration came in quickly. They reacted. The mask mandate for our drivers was huge. We appreciate that. Question about funding. We now are going to need the funding on how to bring that in without using our members as the mass police. As I spoke about the assaults that happen, and bad enough that we have members that are being killed over a $2 fare, in the past, and I'm sure you've read about this, and I know you know about this. But now I don't need many of our members being beat up or killed over the debate or politics that they have on the bus on the face mask. So the administration's reaction was greatly appreciated. We appreciate that, but now our focus is how it's going to be applied, how we're going to enforce it, and who's going to do the enforcing. So once again, the money will be needed, I believe, for those agencies to be helpful to institute this to save lives, not only from my members, but the riding public. You know, a bus, if a driver is infected, there's 100 people on a bus or 50 people, 100, on a bus, they can be infected also.
Right. Oh, that's very important, and thank you. You know, health and safety standards are powerfully important. They're just one piece of the puzzle, though. I've proposed an essential worker bill of rights outlining a full suite of rights and protections and benefits that I believe all essential workers deserve. And that includes things like hazard pay, paid leave, healthcare protection. Representative Ro Khanna and I are expanding it now to include priority access to vaccines. But we also know that unions improve workplace health and safety, and that union workers are more likely to have paid sick leave and employer-provided health insurance. Right now, only about 1 in every 8 essential workers is currently covered by a union contract. So the Essential Workers Bill of Rights also includes protecting collective bargaining agreements and the right of workers to join unions. Now, there is another piece to this as well. We need to ensure that America's workers, including those who have battled this deadly virus every day in their workplaces, are not earning poverty wages. Mr. Costa, there are some who say that now is not the right time to increase the minimum wage. I'd like to hear from you. Would raising the minimum wage help promote an equitable recovery from this crisis that workers are facing?
Once again, Senator, thank you, and thank you for supporting everything you just said as far as heroes pay and yes, it would. I mean, we've been fighting for a minimum wage. I think every time we spread money around, the economy gets better, right? So this is America, right? why aren't we taking care of our working families? Um, to me, yes, the 15 minimum wage would help the economy, would help the livelihoods of many families, our minorities. We supported 100%. We supported it from the beginning, and matter of fact, we supported it, even if you want to give more.
Thank you. And thank you, Mr. Chairman. You know, it is time to deliver for workers, and that means doing everything we can, including using budget reconciliation to raise the minimum wage to $15 an hour. I appreciate your being here, Mr. Costa, and thanks for having this hearing, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Senator Warren. I see the names